Hi everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Yessie and I am very excited to bring you yet another all-inclusive resort review. This time we are talking about the Mangrove Beach Corendon in Curacao. So if you have been thinking about visiting Curacao or looking for a place to stay on your vacation there, make sure to tune into this video and watch all the way until the end. So I recently stayed at the Mangrove Beach this past April. I was there for 4 days and 3 nights, and we were there as part of a bachelorette trip. So it was a group of 8 of us, and we were very excited. I will start off saying overall the ambiance of the hotel was really nice. It had a beautiful open air lobby. I love me an open air lobby. And the grounds themselves, they seem to be very well kept. Everything was very fresh and green and beautiful. And the weather was just absolutely amazing. So, just the vibe of being at the resort was very like relaxed, chill, calm, and you could tell that you were there to just have a good time and unwind. So I really loved that. Now going into the rooms. So as I mentioned, we were with a group of 8 people. So we got 2 rooms, 4 people in each room, and we were graciously given the opportunity to stay in the presidential suite ocean view, which we'll take a moment to see right now. All right, so when you first walk in, you have a half bathroom to your right, which is there for like the ease of when you're chilling in the living room. You have a nice little dining room table and some nice couches in the living area. The couches were so comfortable. You also have a balcony and your TV. To your left, you have your very first bedroom. The bedrooms, both of them come with a king size bed. This room down here has a balcony with a plunge pool. And then you have this beautiful modern bathroom that comes with some great amenities. So I'm going to show you a little bit again, the room. And as you can see, like I mentioned, the balcony off of this room comes with the plunge pool. So I'll show you the view in a second. So the plunge pool is so cool. It was definitely refreshing. At night, we hung out a lot here, and we enjoyed it. And you can also see a view of like the actual resort pool and the ocean. So when you go back in, there is stairs to the right of the entrance, and when you go upstairs, you end up in the second living area. So the second floor mirrors the first floor, so you have your separate bathroom that you can enjoy, and you have your king size bed, as well as a desk and a vanity area for you to enjoy. So it's basically like 2 separate living areas in one. And again, the bathrooms were top notch. So I thought that the room was absolutely amazing. Not only was it like beautiful and the view amazing, but just the cleanliness of it was very good. Just the amenities that they offered were really great as well. And the AC was amazing. Like, we love an AC that is bussing. So that is very important, especially in Curacao where the heat was, intense. I really, really appreciated that. I thought that we were all comfortable, so even though it was 4 of us to one room, it didn't feel that way because you had separate living spaces. And it's definitely the type of room that's like perfect for larger groups or for families where everyone can have, their own space to move around comfortably but still be together under one roof. So I definitely recommend that room, and there aren't many of them, so I felt very lucky to be able to stay in one of them. Now, if you are interested in visiting this particular resort or any resort in Curacao or just anywhere in the Caribbean, as a travel advisor, I can help you plan your trip here. Like I said, I was with a bachelor group, which I also plan that trip out for them. So I can help you plan out any like bachelor and bachelorette trips. I can help plan out couples trips, honeymoons, baby moons, or any other kind of trip that you're thinking of. So you can definitely visit my website or follow me on Instagram to learn more about my services. And I definitely would love to plan a trip for you. So now let's talk about the food and the drinks. So, we did have plans outside of the resort to go eat and stuff like that. So we only frequented a few of the restaurants. So the first one was definitely the buffet, which is called Breeze. So we went there for, breakfast and dinner. I thought dinner was pretty good. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like I thought the food was like a lot more like seasoned and flavorful than what you find in other places. But definitely my favorite meal to have at the buffet was breakfast. They had a beautiful selection of like pastries. The fresh omelets were just amazing. Shout out to the omelet chef. He was just so kind and gracious every single morning. They always would welcome us with some kind of like drinks, mimosas, or anything that you wanted to drink as you walked in, which I appreciated. And I really enjoyed that they had like their drinks set up outside. So, you could walk up and make yourself your own coffee, get your own sodas, your own drinks. If you wanted to make yourself your own mimosa, that was all there and available to you, which I appreciated. I will say in the morning, the pigeons go crazy. Like as soon as someone would leave a table empty, even if it was just to go and get more food, like the pigeons would go and they would get on the table. That was pretty intense. Might not mean anything to those of you who aren't scared of birds like me, but just something to know. And yeah, but overall it was still really good. They do during lunch, so they do have a snack bar called Food Street, which just offered a lot of like finger foods, so hot dogs, pizza, fries, chicken nuggets. Those chicken nuggets, y'all, ooh, they were chef's kiss. Like I'm not even joking. Like I would consider myself a chicken nugget connoisseur, okay? Like that's pretty much all I eat. And like those chicken nuggets were legit. Like, they were fresh, they were flavorful. There was a reason why we would always eat it during lunch and dinner. And I really enjoyed the food street. You had the opportunity to go and sit down at the snack bar, but you could also bring food with you, lounge by the pool, and kind of eat your food there, which we appreciated as well. And then the only other specialty restaurant that we visited was Corendon's barbecue spot. So this is kind of like a prefix type of restaurant. So you go in and you place your drink order, but then everyone gets like this platter of barbecued meats that comes with a couple sides. So it's very family style. You can't really customize what you eat, so it's just kind of like this set menu. You enjoy what you enjoy. I demolished those ribs. I don't know if it was that I was really hungry or what, but like the ribs slapped. I thought the pork chops were really good. The chicken was really good. I wasn't a really big fan of like the sides, like the potatoes and the salads and stuff, but the meat was definitely really good. So, it warrants a visit if you're there. You do have to make reservations for that. So you can use their app, which you receive access to when you check in, or you could go to the front desk, guest services, and you can make a reservation there. We went at a time during spring break for a lot of children. So the resort was kind of packed. So you have to be mindful of that when you're making your reservations. And you can only make reservations a day in advance. So keep that in mind. They do also have a couple other specialty restaurants that you have to make reservations for. They have a sushi restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and they have a seafood restaurant. We weren't able to go to any of those. We were trying to go to the Italian spot, but the wait was a little bit too long, so we opted for the buffet. But I imagine that they're probably pretty good too. So, I rate the food a pretty solid, like 8 out of 10. Like I enjoyed myself. I had meals that I really was like, I feel good and satisfied. And then the drinks, I thought the drinks were pretty good. Like I was drinking mocktails, so I can't really give you too much of a insight of like how strong the drinks were. But they made a lot of really great selections. Lots of good fruit flavored drinks like fresh passion fruit, fresh coconut, fresh mango. And my friends seemed to like their drinks. And shout out to Teddy at the pool bar, who was very accommodating and fun and helped us out with like a variety of drinks. Now let's move on to the pool and the beach. So the resort actually has 4 different pools. I only ever went to 2 of them. So they have like one, it's like a T-shape kind of thing. So they have one pool that's kind of like, I guess the more, I wouldn't even say quiet because it's pretty close to the main pool, but like they have one chill pool. And then they have a larger main pool that's connected to the swim up bar that they have there. So we spent all of our time at the main pool, at the swim up bar, you know, again with Teddy, the bartender, and it was a vibe. You know, they would play some music. The music wasn't really to like our taste, but you know, they let us like have our speaker and we could like play our own music if we wanted to. But towards the afternoon, they did get like a DJ, and the DJ was playing like, you know, Afro beats and more like music that we enjoyed and we could vibe to. You know, the hotel is very family friendly, so there are a lot of kids throughout both pools, which, you know, is understandable. They do have another pool by the water park, and then I'm not sure where their 4th pool is located. I will mention that we also, again, being in the presidential suite, we had our own little mini plunge pool that we got to enjoy at night, which was nice. The beach is, I guess, like a man-made beach, right? Like it's its own little private section. I will say the section that we entered, so like the left part of the beach was extremely rocky. Definitely recommend water shoes. It did seem that like we were just, you know, not all the way there when we decided to walk in through that side, because more towards the right side there were more people and it looked like it was a lot more clear. So that probably means that, you know, if to enter the beach, you want to probably go through the part that's less rocky. But the actual water was really good, refreshing. They have like a platform towards the middle where you can climb and jump off of, which was really fun, and I enjoyed that. And they have plenty of beach chairs for you to enjoy. And in the pool, they also had a lot of lounge chairs. I will say people tend to wake up kind of early, so like not as early as other places. I'd say like if you wake up at 7:30, you still have a good shot of like getting, you know, a lounge bed by the pool. And then they also have cabanas that you can rent out if you'd like to, like if you're with a big group. We didn't do that, but I saw a group that did, and it seemed to serve their purpose, and you know, it seemed comfortable, so I enjoyed that. Side note, this might not be like the biggest thing, but it's a detail that I noticed that like to me was pretty, you know, impressive and like I was grateful for. So, you know, they have a lot of umbrellas, so like if you don't want to catch sun, that's, you know, very accommodating. But also their umbrellas were so easy to open and close. Like it literally, you either just pull it down and it'll close, and then you just pull it back up and it opens, and you weren't like straining yourself the way that you do with a lot of like beach umbrellas. So again, it's a small detail, but like I think sometimes the small details are what, like, you know, separate certain resorts from others. So for some reason, I just really, really appreciated that. Now, in terms of entertainment, they had live music every night, which we could hear from like our hotel room. We never really like sat down in the main area. So the snack bar is kind of like the entertainment center, so they bring out chairs and everything and people sit there to watch the shows. The live music was really great, and it seemed like a very popular option for people. They do give you an activity schedule, so you can see like what's on the schedule for each day, so that you can plan and prep accordingly if you want to catch a show. Like I mentioned, they do have a water park. The water park, I never actually like went to it, but it's big enough that you can see it from the lobby, and it looks very fun. primarily, you know, for kids and families and stuff, but it seemed like a good time. They also have like their own snack bar there as well, so that if like for some reason you find yourself in the water park with like your kids or your family, you don't have to walk all the way to the other side to get food and stuff. So that was very accommodating. So yeah, they had tons to do. Like during the day, they would do couple like activities by the pool. Again, we were just chilling and lounging, so we didn't partake, but definitely options for you. They do have a dive center at the resort, so like if you want to snorkel or like scuba dive and stuff like that, they can definitely help you with that. So it's a pretty solid like offering. You know, I wouldn't say that it's a huge resort, which is why like for the size, I thought that they offered a lot of great options. And I think because it's not that big, that's why the quality of so much of their stuff, like the room, the food, was so good, because they're able to really focus on, you know, bringing you a great experience. So who is this resort for? You know, again, we were a group of 8 women and we had a good time. I will say though, it's very obvious that the resort is geared more towards families. So for that reason, like I would primarily recommend families going there. People who have kids that, you know, can enjoy a lot of the amenities. If you're a group, you could also enjoy it too, but you know, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to like couples, because it doesn't give off the most like romantic or intimate vibe. And you know, because there's a lot of kids and stuff, that might not be the kind of ambiance that you're looking for. So I would definitely recommend it to families to go there. And I would definitely go back myself. You know, I would bring like my nieces or my nephews or something, or like if we were going to do like a family reunion type trip, like I would definitely recommend that resort to my family. So again, if you are interested in visiting the Mangrove Beach Resort or just anywhere in Curacao or the Caribbean, I would love to plan a trip for you, because you deserve it. And thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next resort review video that will be coming soon.